Hey, Sophia, did you hear about the next month holiday from my son?
Holiday?
Yes, you know the holiday trip we are planning.
I have heard a little bit about that from my husband. We will all go to the Central Park and Newton Resort with the kids, right?
That's true, but you're the half right. So you are planning to join with us?
Yes, my husband told me that must have some helps. I plan to buy all the food and pay for the car.
No, we will go buy our own car and Dad will drive us.
Mom, I think it's dangerous. I think we should rent a car for the whole family. Dad's eyes is not good as he was young, also his driver license is no longer available.
I'm sorry, but why don't you sit this one out? If I told this to you together, why my son, he will get angry and going to flip on me again. So I'm asking you secretly, and I hope that you won't told my son about what I said to you. I and my husband are getting older together. We can't know how many years we'll have left to be doing these kinds of family trips. I must to tell you the point that I want only our member family go together. Can you understand for me? You can do that, can't you? I just want my family around me and spend time together without anyone else.
Mom, why can you do this with me? I have married Jordan for 5 years, you daughter-in-law for a long time. It hurted me, Mom.
Hurt? What are you talking about? I'm not trying to abandon you or push you out of my house.
I was sad when hearing these words from you, but I'll do if it pleases you.
Thank you for understanding. Family is important to us. I'm glad you understand that these kind of moments are best enjoyed without any outsiders. You know me and my husband and my baby son, and all of my grandkids are related by blood.
Mom, are you okay with taking care of all those 4 children? The trip to Texas is quite long and far that I want to help you something to prepare the food or clothes for the kid. The kids rooneying around, do you really think you can deal with them by yourself?
What? I am sure that you're just jealous of the fact that you weren't invited and won't be able to see what a real amusement park look like. Anyway, I'm already retired, so I have the time to take all of my grandchildren to that park. And also, I heard that you decide to drive a car. Are you sure? I don't need to hear any more from you. I have all the experience I needed. The only kid I'm worried about is yours. It'd be much better if she were just to run off, but...
You don't need to worry about her. She is very good with staying calm and not straying from the adults. But I think it'll be better if I and my husband go there and take care of the kids just as well.
Did you insist that I don't be able to look after the kids just because we are elderly?
I'm just worried that you won't be able to relax while having to look after 4 children's.
You take this like the reason to go with us, right? But stop thinking about that. I will take my daughter with.
Oh, Mom, but she has just given birth. She just has the second child for few weeks. You can't possibly go on vacation with a newborn and also look after 2 of my kids.
Do you have better idea? But I think I am enough to bring these kids with me. I will not ask anyone outside of my family to come along.
Mom, I think you can left them at home with me. The weather is too hot, and if they can't be taken care of carefully, they will get sick. I think they don't mind to stay at home with me. I am the one who understand them and can make them happy. So don't be worried, Mom. I think it's the best idea I can give you. Plus, without 4 little kids to look after the whole time, you guys will be able to enjoy your trip absolutely not trying to jeopardize this trip, aren't you? Perhaps they don't respect you as a parent, that's why you struggle to handle them.
But they're all my grandkids and they must have well behaved.
Mom, but Bob are suffering asthma. Whenever he goes to a new place he will get cough really hard. I'm scared he might have an asthma attack when he goes with you guys. If that happens, we'll just have him stay at the hotel clean inside the room, but he's especially sensitive to allergens at hotels.
I think that you are creating many reasons to go with us. I will book the luxury hotel and restaurant that is clean specifically for people that suffer from allergy. So there isn't a thing that my sweetie will stay at home with you. They all come with me, don't talk about that anymore.
But who will take after Bob when you guys go outside?
Of course his sister will.
Mom, why can you do that? I won't let my literally 5 years old daughter stay at hotel alone and looks after her brother. She doesn't know what to do. Can you reconsider looking after the kids? Being a mom, I won't let them go with you guys if it's not safe enough. I'm sure that my husband will agree with me about lets the kids behind without my supervise.
But I'm sure I will be fine if I take care all of them.
Mom, you don't understand. If anything happens, he has to be taken to the emergency room. I can't let it happen.
Oh, you think I will make it happen? No way. Stop being extremely negative like that. This is why I can let you go with us, because you will destroy everything and all our beautiful memories. I can't stand outsiders interfering with our family. You always try. You told me what I have to do, but sorry, I am old enough to know what is good for me. You don't have to teach me anything. Remember that I made your husband. Stop being so rude and control me, okay?
Mom, I am not that mean. I just want to make sure that your trip is perfect without any worry. Because I think if anything bad happens, you will very upset cause your trip failed. Because I think if anything bad happens, you will very upset cause your trip failed. I just want to help out you and Dad and also my husband and his brother.
So I will take Judy with us, another daughter-in-law of me.
Mom, why can you did that? Where is equal here?
But you must be okay with this.
I agree to stay at home if Cardin's wife stay at home too, but you can't do that with me. We are at the same standard. Mom, when you go to the hospital, I am the one who showers for you and feed you. Also, I cooked food for you every day, taking care of you carefully until you got better. Everyone went to work and there is just me and you there. Why can you see my effort? I've been also trying all of the family activities, gathering and do all the best for my husband and my kids. Mom, you made me so disappointed. I believed that time can make you have good look at me, but not. Nothing can change. You always treat me like a stranger.
Wow, you're so ridiculous than I think. That's the bare minimum that a wife have to complete. You should be doing those things without any hope that I will consider you as my daughter.
Is there something I don't have that the rest of other wives have? Why do you treat me like that?
I am so surprised when you asked me that question, cause you didn't have the right to do that. But I will answer you because I don't want to see some ridiculous and funny story here. You know I have 3 handsome and fantastic sons, and one of them have really excellent wives that they brought into my family. They all wear really expensive brand of clothes and have graduated famous universities. Also, their family is very rich that they can give them an apartment before they got married. But, look at you, see what you have? Nothing. I even have to buy a house for you and my son.
Mom, why can you decide to hate or love someone rely on their price of clothes? I just have never been the one who put all my money into what I wear. I guess the house my dad gave me is pretty simple compared to other house, but it has the good location that we can sell some agricultural products. And our business run excellent. Why don't you accept that?
It can be compared to the job of my 2 great daughter-in-law.
Maybe I'm not doing enough to receive your approval, or feel like you don't have any intention or ever accepting me into your family, no matter how hard I try.
Oh, Sophia, that's what it means to be a wife and a daughter-in-law. This is your reality. I'd suggest you start getting used to it. You can come to any wedding and birthday party of this family or related. I think it's enough for the person like you.
I guess I deserve to include it in more than just those things, don't you think that?
But we're not blood relative. You are set 10 apart from anyone else. You must to accept the trust. I really don't know why my fan-static son can love a person like you. You'll never be any more than an outsider. Besides, I'm sure you feel the same way about your parents and the rest of your family. We're just bunch of strangers to you as well. You pick your relatives over us anytime. It's nothing personal.
That's not true. I want to be included in your family, but you're always treating me like trash. How about your daughter's husband? Did you treat him like this?
Of course not. He's come from a rich family. He can pay for all my bill and make my daughter happy. He's my family's member. That don't have to argue. Just accept that you will be an outsider forever. That will never change until I died, okay? It's better that you just move on already instead of winning like this whole time.
Fine, you're right. I just come from an agriculture tradition family. I just have to accept that and move on. Thank you for explaining to me. Now I understand what is important with you. You just care about money, not anything else.
Yes, but that's the thing you don't have. I promise just focus on being the best wife you can be to my son and the best mother to my grandkids. That's all I need from you. I promise just focus on being the best wife you can be to my son and the best mother to my grandkids. That's all I need from you.
Hey Mom, I heard that Dad is in TH hospital now, right? What happened with him?
Yes, no, he have his kidneys treated. He also told me he's going to need 24-hour care. From now on I hope he has a speedy recovery. I'm not sure how we're going to handle his care once he comes back from the hospital. We were having so much fun last month while we were on vacation. I didn't think his condition would worsen so quickly. I'm sure he'll be okay. If there's anything we can do, just let us know.
Now, I will come to the hospital with you, Mom.
Sophia, what I have to do?
Is there anyone with you? Did I have to buy something?
No one here, just me and my husband. My kid are busy with their work and they just call and ask some question. They just call and ask about Dad's status now, but none of them came.
I and my husband will come so we can discuss about Dad and we will do all the best thing we can. Dad also needs nursing care after he discharged from the hospital.
What? Are you told me that you will come?
Yes, my husband asked me that we should come along.
Sophia, how many times I have told you that all this things about Dad's issues is my family's responsibility. My family members will discuss about this and will decide what will happen with my husband. This is nothing that you can care about, you know?
But he's going to need specialized care going forward, isn't he?
You don't need to concern yourself with our affairs. Don't come as you wish.
I'll stay at home and tell my husband that he can go there alone.
Yes, you should do that.
Me and my children will decide what to do. You don't have to get involved with this. I'll keep myself out of your family's affairs. Good.
Good. You would only slow us down. At the end of the day, we have his best interests at heart. I can't trust that you will know what he needs.
Yes.
This is why I hate talking with you, the people outside my family. Honestly, all you do is try to interfere with my family. Nothing more. Even the stupid doctor in this hospital are like this, always trying to interfere. So do us all a favor and don't even try to involve yourself with my family again.
Yes, Mom, I understand it. I brought it up the first place.
That's all you do, isn't it? You think you just need to apologize and all will be forgiven. I guess that you're so happy now because my dad admit to the hospital so sudden.
Mom, I can understand that you don't like me because I came from the normal family. I'm not rich. But why can you think something like that about me? It's so unreasonable.
I just know that you hate me and my husband. I can tell what you're really thinking.
That's not even remotely true, Mom.
To think I have to call you my daughter-in-law.
Well, nobody is forcing you? Especially since you don't even consider me as family member.
Ben insists that I treat you nicely, that's why I have to do it. But if it wasn't for him, I would have barred you from ever interacting with our family.
I can figure as much.
Honestly, you, not my husband, should be suffering in the hospital right now.
What are you saying, Mom? I think it's crossing the line a bit.
All you do is push my buttons. My poor husband shouldn't be sick now, you ought to be sick instead of him. I tried to treat you nicely because of my son, but you never show me any respect. I wish my son would have married his first love, at least she wasn't a spineless worm like you are. Hi, Sophia, your dad Finn ally being released from the hospital after the caring plan of the best doctor there.
Glad to hear it, Mom. What have you guys agreed on that?
Was your husband at home?
He went to work from the early morning, Mom.
Okay, I will tell you all instead. You'll be the one who looking after my husband from now on. After the discussion with my daughter, we decide that to let him living with you and your husband. You will be caring for him for the foreseeable future. I will help around the house, so son be worried, dear.
What have you just said? I can't understand that. Why Dad have come to live in NMY house? You insist that I'll forever be an outsider, and so as an outsider and a stranger. I'm not going to involve myself in the affairs of some family. I really don't understand, Mom. I have to work and take care of my business. I don't have much time. Also, I have to children. I have to take them to school and teach them every day. I can't take care for another task, you know.
Don't be silly, everything will be fine and you can do all of it, that's your responsibility. I am your mother-in-law, so you have to do whatever I said, you know.
Mom, I am your daughter-in-law, not your puppet that I will do everything you told me. I don't owe you anything, now respect no or reverence or anything. Especially after I spent years trying to gain you approval. You should take care of him from your own. Don't rely on me, I can't take it. I and my husband decide to not involve in anything you told us anymore. We are adults and we are do what we want.
What? You told my son to betray me?
No, he just do what he want because he's too tired of listening to you and making you please.
That's ridiculous. I can't accept that.
About Dad, you can hire a nurse to look after him or something. Like you said, it's none of your concern.
But we are all depending on you.
You treat me like a maid of this family and then you expect me just to go along with? And whenever you have something hard, you push all that for me? I won't accept that. Now I and my husband will living our life so you don't ever care about us. This is the last time I told you about this. So please accept that and let us free, Mom. I hope you have a good health and happy forever.
Completely, my husband reluctantly agreed to help with the process of getting his dad elderly nursing care, but demanded that they agreed and never contacting me about anything ever again. They may have been good grandparents to my children, but the way they always cut me out of any family gatherings. I allow them to go along with my husband, but my in-laws are not permitted to visit on their own. So far, neither of the kids have asked to go see their grandparents. Finally, Dad admit to the elderly caring home and Mom visits him at the bare minimum. It might be very difficult for them to change their views at that age, so I don't expect much. I just hope they never try to get involved in my life again. On the other hand, my husband and my parents have been getting along very nicely.
Hey, I've been eagerly anticipating your message all day long. How are your test results?
Hey! Great news! No abnormalities for the second month in a row.
Really? That is such great news! I'm so glad for you. I really am.
Thank you. I genuinely believe that I'll be okay. It was an absolutely dreadful experience when the doctors informed me of my cancer diagnosis. Despite the grueling nature of the treatment, I'm grateful that I persevered. I feel completely back to normal now. You went above and beyond for me, researching the best medical facilities and arranging my treatments every night. It must have been a lot for you.
I didn't feel like I could do much to help you. I couldn't even be with you on the day of your biggest surgery. I feel really bad about that. And all those god-awful chemo sessions, I wasn't there for them either. You did so well to get through it alone. I know you must have got told this a lot, but you are such an inspiration. I'm not sure I could have done it if I were you.
Even with your move to London, you still managed to get back a lot. It made my day every single time you were able to get back to see me. I know we're husband and wife, but what you did was above and beyond. I hope you know that if you ever need it, I'll do anything to support you in the future.
Thank you. But you really don't have to say anything like that. I made vows to you, and I meant every one of them. Now that you're better, we can finally have the family time that we missed out on when you and Jane come here. I just know he'll love it here. I can't wait to see Jake when you get here.
Wow, 9 years of marriage and you don't want to see me?
Whoops, put my foot in my mouth there. That goes without saying. I'm counting down the days until I see you again. It's not long now. But make sure you enjoy the last bit of your time in New York. I bet you'll miss it a bit when you get here. But look after yourself. Don't push yourself too much.
Okay. Hey, Lucy. Where are you now? I came to the house to pick up Jane, but you aren't here. Bought the house, could you let me know where you are and I'll come pick him up? Lucy. Nothing's happened, has it?
Oh, hey Kova. Sorry, I forgot to get in touch with you. I should have called you before you went all the way to my house. I'm not gonna beat around the bush here, you're a grown woman. I'm keeping Jake from now on. You should focus on enjoying the rest of the life you have left.
What? You must be joking with me. You can just take my kid. What are you on about?
I meant exactly what I said. I'm taking in Jake as my own. I'm serious. It's going to be easier for you if you just forget about him.
This joke is going too far, Jane. You've pulled some stunts before, but this is too far. What kind of person thinks it's appropriate to spring something like that on someone?
I'm being deadly serious. You've been told you don't have long to live, right? I know you had surgery, but you were told you don't have much more than 5 years left, right?
They said that before, yes. But it hasn't spread, and if nothing else develops, then I'll have a long life.
But doctors always say that. They don't want to be the ones to tell you that you'll kick it soon. It's all just to ease your emotions, though. The cancer won't just disappear. It's just an escape from reality. Kind of nice when you think about it. You get to die in peace.
It isn't just an escape from reality. The cancer hasn't come back, that's a fact. And if it does, they'll give me targeted treatment. Cancer isn't a disease that you have to die from anymore. Times have changed.
Well, even if you are 1 in a million, whose body can magically rid itself of a deadly disease, I'm not giving Jane to you. You won't be taking Jane back, so get used to it. Think about this. If you're only alive for a few more years and then die, wouldn't it be better to not remember you than be hurt when you die? He's only 2. If you separate it now, he'll forget about you pretty soon. If you die, all the people you leave behind are going to have to see Jane suffer. I'm doing this to save everyone so much heartache. Be mature about this. It's the right move. Anyway, you won't be there for him anyway. You won't live long enough to see his first girlfriend, his wedding, his first baby. You'll miss all of it. So what's the point in you being around now?
What on earth gives you the right to be talking to me like this right now? After all the crap I've been through, you're trying to steal my son. I've always hated your delivery, but this really is a special case of terrible. You're acting like it's 100% that I'm going to die, which it's not.
Is it really that bad? I think it's all pretty reasonable, to be honest. You can understand at least a little bit, no? Leo is living abroad. And your body is just a ticking time bomb. I can't leave my precious grandkid with a woman like that. You get it, right?
Stop it, just stop it. I will be the one to raise my child. Consider yourself out of my family. Give me back my son.
It's just not that easy. I can't just give him back to you just because you want him. You do know that I'm not deliberately working against you, right? I will always thank you for bringing Jane into this world. But Leo and Jane have a future. You, on the other hand, don't, right? I'm just acting on that fact. You get it, right? Also, I've already found a new mom for him.
What? A new mom? What is that supposed to mean? A kid can't just get a new mom.
I mean exactly what I said. Do you know Ben's childhood friend, Lizzie? It's her. She's healthy and kind. She'd be a great mother. I always thought it would be great if she became my daughter-in-law. But Leo chose you. I've made my peace with it now. But I've always had this nagging voice in my head telling me that Lizzie would have been better. But now you need to do what's best for your family and forget about them. You're past your expiration date.
Expiration date. All those Christmases together, all those birthdays, now I see your true character.
Well, I have to say it that clearly or you won't understand. You are a bit slow sometimes. I'm not going to tell you where Jane is until you show me that you can be reasonable about this.
Mom took Jane! She's crazy! What is she thinking? She said she wouldn't give him back to you?
Yeah, that's what she said. I tried to fight her, but she wouldn't budge. You know how your mom is. What should I do? This is messed up.
I tried to get in touch with her, but couldn't get through. I can't believe she's pulling this kind of crap. She's my mother, but my God, I hate her sometimes. Wait a second.
What? Is something happening?
I just got a message from one of my old friends from when I was a kid. I know where Jane is.
Are you being serious? Where is he?
He's out her place. Why he's there, I don't know. But she messaged me to let me know he's with her.
That does make some sense. Your mom did say she wanted someone called Lizzie to be his new mom.
That's her. What on earth is Mom thinking? She's gone too far with this one. Also, Lizzie is already married.
What? Is that right?
Mom ought to know about it. Lizzie has a kid the same age as Jane. Mom really is crazy. It seems that Mom rushed Jane over to Lizzie's house and left him there with little explanation. Of course, Lizzie looked after him and he's been fine the whole time he's been there. I'm having a chat to Lizzie now about it. I'm sorry, but I want to go and talk to Lizzie directly. But I can from here. I think it's better to chat to her in person about it. Would you mind going?
Don't worry about it, of course I'll go. It's not like I'm going to leave Jane with someone else. I'll get him.
Have you calmed down yet? Did you sign the divorce papers that I sent through?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. It's still the morning now. You know I sent through the papers, right? What's up with you? You're really weird sometimes.
I'm sorry, I always get mistaken with time differences. It's the afternoon over here.
What? It's definitely morning. Oh, you must be tired or something. It's probably the cancer coming back. Anyway, you're able to relax now that you don't have kids to worry about. You aren't a mother anymore, remember?
I don't care what you have to say to me. Could you stop messaging me already? I won't be getting divorced and I won't be giving Jane up.
What are you on about? You've already lost him. I've put him somewhere safe. You need to calm down a bit.
And you called me slow. We moved abroad. Jane is by my side now. Our whole family is watching TV at the moment.
Wow, wait just a second. What are you on about? How can you be talking about the whole family when Jane is here?
He's not in New York now. I went and got him from Lizzie's place.
What? Why? How? I don't understand. But yesterday Lizzie told me that Jane was doing fine at her place?
She was waiting until we all got to London to tell you that Jane wasn't with her anymore. Now you can leave us alone. You've already caused enough damage, don't cause any more. I can't believe you kidnapped my son. You're lucky I didn't have you arrested. Fortunately, your plan had holes big enough a plane could fly through them, so we took advantage of that and flew out of the country.
Arrested? You wouldn't dare. Now, how did you get in touch with Lizzie? I don't believe it. There's no way you could have found her so quickly.
I mean, you said it yourself that Lizzie was Leo's childhood friend, so we were able to get in touch right away. She texted Leo straight away that Jake was with her. Because Leo was away, I went and spoke to Lizzie directly when I got her details. She told me that you dropped Jane off with her with barely a word of explanation. You're despicable. Dragging Lizzie into your crazy ideas.
Lizzie wouldn't have betrayed me. I've known her for years. She's always adored me. She's completely different to pathetic little you. She's a great woman.
I agree, she is a great woman. That's why she told me about what you've been up to. She helped us get out to London smoothly. Also, Lizzie is married and has a kid. You're saying that Leo could remarry with her. She said there would be no chance of that ever happening. She was so shocked when I told her that. What were you thinking? Where did your thought process come from seriously?
You're such a liar. I finally understand how low you'll stoop. Lizzie's loved Leo forever. If I were the one to tell her to marry Leo, I'm almost certain she would have trusted me and done it.
Wow, you really thought about this a lot. Well, it doesn't matter to me what you think. We're cutting ties with you. Leo and I are going to change our numbers. And we aren't going to tell you our new address, or where we plan to be when we go back to America. So, enjoy the rest of your life alone.
That cancer must have spread to your brain if you think I'm gonna let you get away with this. I hope it finishes you off this time.
Oh, shut up. But I'll say thanks for one thing. Thanks for watching Jane while I was in hospital. I hope you enjoyed your time with him because you'll never be seeing him again. I hope you took plenty of pictures because that's it. Your relationship with my family has hit its expiration date. Lucy appeared to doubt the truth of my statement, prompting her to unleash chaos at Lizzie's house. Upon spotting Lucy at the door, Lizzie pretended to be unavailable. Lucy appeared visibly furious. Lizzie then blocked all other forms of contact, but Lucy didn't stop there. While Lizzie was out shopping with her child, Lucy followed them closely and subsequently abducted Lizzie's son. In a bizarre twist of events within Lucy's mind, she began to believe that Lizzie's child was Jane. Consequently, Lizzie contacted the police and had Lucy apprehended. Fortunately, Lizzie's son returned home unharmed. I dread to think what would have happened if he hadn't. Despite being Lucy's first reported kidnapping offense, she received a severe punishment due to the gravity of tampering with children, jail time. Once she was apprehended, it seemed that she finally regretted her actions. Nevertheless, as we have cut all ties with her, it no longer matters to us. When the police reached out to Leo, he made it clear that he wanted no involvement with her. It appears that Lucy developed a dislike towards me ever since we met. She saw my diagnosis as her lucky break, but her disappointment and subsequent madness were evident when I recovered. Her actions had such a devastating impact that it not only ruined her life, but it also left me struggling to adapt to mine.
You're coming back home late again today, am I right? As usual. It's quite impressive how much work you do every day. I don't know where you find the time to do that, especially with all the housework that's piling up in the house.
Hi, Lucy. I know, but yes. I'm afraid I'll be late again today. I hope you won't mind that. I mean, you are used to it by now. I'm sure. After all, it's thanks to someone who loves spending money in our family. If you know what I mean, but maybe not. You are kind of slow. For that I work my butt off every day, we manage somehow to make ends meet.
Excuse me? Who do you mean by this?
Someone you wouldn't dare be suggesting what I think you are. Well, who knows who it could be? It's so hard to figure that one out. I mean, if only this someone could be a bit smarter with money. Or rather, if this someone could just learn to be smart overall. If so, then I could become a full-time housewife like someone. And I could just stretch myself out on the sofa and do nothing. Every day I could just watch TV. Eat some potato chips, spend time on the internet and chat with my friends on Zoom or something.
Hey! I am asking you a question here. You need to show me some respect. Who is this someone that you're talking about? Why don't you just come out and say it? Come on, Mia. You don't have to hold it in.
Well, who knows, it's such a big mystery. Isn't it like no one can ever figure that one out?
You're such a horrid woman. It is so unacceptable. It's because of that attitude of yours that I have to explain to you every time what your faults are. You need someone to point out what your problems are. Because you are too dumb to notice them by yourself.
Oh, Lucy or my mother. May I say I would never hope for you to be my real mom? That would just be a nightmare having a parent like you. It can't have gone senile already. Or maybe you already have. That would explain many things after all. If then, I understand. I won't blame you because then that's really not your fault. People do go senile, unfortunately, with age. And you are not young chicken anymore.
What? How dare you to say that? I am not old. I am perfectly capable of thinking clearly. You watch what you say.
Lucy, you know very well that the problem is not my attitude towards you. You do realize that you have been basically harassing me in every way possible. From the very beginning. Don't think that I don't know?
No, what?
I notice you don't miss a chance to accuse me of every little thing. It's actually quite impressive, to be honest. I would never be able to keep up that sort of harassment for anyone. However much I can't stand them.
What?
But surely you haven't forgotten that I hope I know you're a senile? So again, if you have forgotten your own faults, I can't blame you. As for me, I remember all the atrocities that you've done to me. Very clearly. In fact, I don't think I can ever forget them. Do you remember the first time we met? Matt took me to introduce me to you. I know that first meetings can be tough sometimes, but this was on a whole other level. As soon as you saw me, you actually started throwing salt directly at my face. Fortunately, I was able to move quick enough to escape your salt attacks. But they were incredible. It was so unbelievable that it was almost funny. Matt got salt all over himself instead of me. Poor Matt! I felt so bad for him.
Well, not all first meetings are pleasant. It was to be expected after all, though. My dear son telling me that he will get married soon was a great shock to me. He is my only son and my treasure. Nothing in this world is more important to me than Matt. You're seriously trying to justify what you did? I mean, Matt suddenly brought with him a woman who I knew nothing about. Who knew what kind of home she grew up in? It could be a woman just off the street. Maybe she has no skills or qualifications to speak of, how would I know? Of course, as a responsible parent, I was against the marriage. That is nothing to be surprised about. You'll understand if you ever become a mother yourself. You really shouldn't be surprised by that sort of reaction. It's just a parental instinct, you have to learn to live with it.
Oh my God! Are you being serious? Do you lose your mind, Lucy?
Excuse me?
I don't believe what I'm reading.
How dare you to talk to me like that?
I won't have it even after I got married to David. The level of your harassment toward me always went beyond my expectation.
Hey!
I have been wondering, are you maybe jealous or something? Were you sulking or something because you thought your son is being taken away? A marriage is a marriage, you need to learn to let go. Your son is not your own property.
How dare you? Watch your mouth. I will not have you talking to me like this. This is not an acceptable way of talking to your mother. I will let Matt know about this, see. I'll see what he will say about that.
Oh, Lucy. I know it's your special privilege to tell others about my latest behavior. You have no way other than talking to your own lovely son.
Hey, stop this. I don't know what you mean by that. Are you implying that I am a bad person? You idiot. I am a very good woman and mother. Everyone knows that. It seems you're the only person who doesn't seem to be able to accept this fact.
Yeah. Whatever.
This is really just too much. God. I can't take this crap. Unbelievable. This total lack of respect toward your husband's mother. It is just incredible. You know what? I have had enough of this. You don't need to come back home. Just stay out of my sight forever.
Oh, for real? That is the best thing I have heard in a while. Do you think I love living in this house? No way! I would rather to stay in a hotel with my friend. I'm gonna go out and party. I'm gonna so enjoy it and nobody is going to bother me and harass me. What a heaven! Living with an old and idiot woman is such the worst thing ever in my life. Remember that I have your voice in record.
What?
Yes, from now I can live for my real self. I now have the right to spend the money that I earn. I can't believe I've put up with for so long. I am wondering which hotel would be available now. I would really love to stay at a hotel with a swimming pool and a sauna. I'd love to get a massage. I really deserve it after working so hard. And if you could let Matt know about this, that would be great. I am sure he could handle these things.
What? Wait. Mia. Mia.
Mia.
Hey, Matt. How is your business trip?
I am doing well.
Okay, that sounds good to hear.
There is something we need to talk.
What's that?
I got a message from my mom again. 4 times in a day. She seems really upset, you know.
Oh, yeah, I know. Did she tell you that she's doing nothing wrong? And I'm always the selfish one.
So you two had a fight again? Why can't you two get along well? Can you stop keeping on tormenting my mom? She is really doing her best. She doesn't deserve to be treated badly like this.
Matt, please. I've explained this to you over and over again. Your mother is doing everything she can to make my life miserable. I am just trying to defend myself. I don't know why you don't understand I'm speaking to you.
Of course I remember what you said. But what we are family after all. Isn't there something that can be worked out between you two? Two matured adults, it can't be that hard.
Really? What do you mean by that? Are you telling me that I should have more understanding for her behavior toward me?
Well, that is not exactly what I mean.
Listen, Matt. Please listen to me. I am not the one to be blamed for all this. This has been going on literally ever since you introduced me to your mother. I don't know what you heard from your mother about this. But your mother is the one who messaged me first today, as always. It's quite the harassment, I guess. She has so much time on her hands. That texting me and harassing me have become her way of keeping herself entertained. Anyways, if you check the messages, you'll see that. I also have the voice record of our call.
Yeah, I know that you two have not been getting along since the very beginning. But I mean, you two are all matured. Can't you please work it out somehow? I mean peacefully. I don't need people yelling and screaming in the house, pulling at each other's hair. But I want to go home after work and relax. I can't do that when you two are having such a shouting match.
Seriously, Matt. I really need you to see this from my perspective rather than making it seem like this is something your mother and I both need to work it out.
I mean that my mom isn't a bad person. She might not be the best at expressing her feelings, but she has a good heart. She doesn't mean to make your life miserable. I think you sometimes tend to overreact to what my mom says to you. Just take it easy, okay? It would all be fine if you're more careful with what you say to my mom. Just a little attention. I think you also need to sort out your issues. Mom says that she can't continue living with you if things go on like this. She has been putting up with your rude behavior for so long. She's really stressed out. She thinks her health is deteriorating because of you.
What? Oh my God. I can believe you would talk to me like that. I thought you will be more objective to find what is right and wrong.
Mia, there is no right and wrong in a family. Just trying to get on well with each other.
What? No way. That's so unfair. You are her son. Her own son. You are like a valuable asset to her. But I am just daughter-in-law. And if not marrying you, I am nothing like a strange person. She doesn't have to pay attention to my thought and emotion. None of this would have happened if we had not been living together with your mother. We didn't plan on this. Remember when we built our house? We had a plan living a free and happy life. But out of a sudden, your mom wanted to move in with a funny reason that she could take care of the house when we going out for work. And what is in reality? I am the person to do all the household chores from the tiniest thing. She doesn't anything but relax all day long. To be honest, my own mom never do such thing to me or anyone else.
But my mom is getting older. How could she keeping doing heavy work?
She never do anything. You got it? And remember that I am also paying the mortgage for this house. I literally have the right to live in my way.
Mia, are you still angry about that? I mean, that's ages ago. I thought we moved on from that.
Really, Matt? What did you think? Your mom moved in as if she owned the place. She doesn't have to pay any bills. Not a single penny. She never goes shopping for food herself because she doesn't want to pay for that either. But as I told you before, your mother gave no explanation, let alone an apology for suddenly moving into her house. And she immediately started bossing me around in my own house. And she even asked me to wash her underwear, dry them, fold them, put them in the drawer. Is she the queen or something?
That can't be true. I'm surely making this up. I'm living with her as well, and I eat the breakfast that my mom makes. She makes sure that I come downstairs through a hot cup of coffee and a plate of pancakes, scrambled eggs, and bacon. I'm really thankful for what she does.
You really have no idea. Let me get this straight with you once and for all. I have been making all the breakfast you have been eating.
What? I don't get it.
I cook things and put them in the freezer at the night before. As for the coffee, I prepare that before I go to work each morning. I make a fresh pot for all of us. Your mother is then laying it out for you as if she were the one to have cooked it and poured you the fresh cup of coffee that I made. That can't be true when your mother says that she cooked the meal. How ridiculous of her. Have you ever seen your mother cooking at our house? Just think about it. Have you seen her actually standing by the kitchen? Have you seen she cutting up vegetables? No, your mother has not even held a kitchen knife in her hand since she came to us. That's the truth. I am the one doing the cooking and the housework, considering that I work full-time.
I know that my mom isn't such a great cook, but she told me that she worked on it. She's now better at cooking well.
Huh, when did she say that to you?
She even told me that she's started to find joy in cooking. And now she gets excited trying out new recipes. She even showed me a cookbook that she bought recently. She was all excited about it and told me she can't wait to cook some of the new recipes for me.
No, Matt. She has not found any joy in cooking. Her cooking skills have not improved one bit. She doesn't cook at all. I am the one doing all the cooking, but she sure complains. On top of that, she's lying to you that she's the one making your breakfast. I don't know how she cannot feel bad about that, lying to you like that.
But Mia, if you deal with this, I'm sure the problem can be worked out.
So you're telling me to just accept your mother as she is? I should just put up with all her lies and complaints? Being all nice and friendly after all that she's done to me? No. Hell no. Unbelievable. I didn't think you would be this stupid.
What?
You don't think for even 1 second that perhaps you could do something about it. Maybe use your brain a little more. I can't stand you and your mom. Why the hell I said yes when you proposed me? It must be the worst decision. If you refuse to deal with this, then fine.
Fine?
Yes, I never go back to this house. I am going to stay in the hotel.
Wait. What? Are you serious?
I am dead serious. Bye. Both the idiot mother and her brainless son came to me and my family. The idiot son did apologize, but his mother did not. So I drove them out of the house and got a divorce at last. I will sell the house and get my money back. That is what this scumbag woman deserves. I also have the proof that she harassed me. I will call the police too. After all, I'm having a good time living back home with my parents.
I just returned home. I'm exhausted. My manager lifted me up by whining about his wife's infidelity. It was exasperating. Noble, are you still working? Is it as crowded as usual?
Yes, it may take a bit longer than I anticipated. What a hassle it is to train a slew of new employees. You may have supper without me because I'll be late.
Got it. But I miss you.
You appear to be quite busy these days, and I know you've been arriving home late rather frequently. We had our final supper together approximately 2 weeks ago. And that wasn't even close to home. I also spent hours preparing dinner for you.
Yes, I suppose.
I suppose so. What? You're not sorry about anything?
I really apologize for making you do all of the chores and such. It must have been difficult for you. There is just no time due to work. Since we're both working and earning money, I should do my fair share of housework. I promise I'll make time.
HM. Work is work, so don't stress too much about it. Furthermore, we haven't gone on a date in months. I'm not really asking for much, Noble, all I want is to spend time with you. I think I miss the times when we used to go on frequent dates.
Sorry. Because of how difficult work has been recently, I don't even have any days off. You already know how it is. I wish I could be there for you more often. Please realize what I'm saying, honey.
Whatever. I'm going to let it go. Speaking of which, it's nearing the end of the year. How are you doing? You may get increasingly busier. Isn't that a little much for you? I guess I'll be alone more often now.
That's probably correct. I can't help myself if I get too busy, haha.
What? Were you kidding? Are you suggesting you'll get busier? Noble, you've got to be kidding. We're still newlyweds, how could you devote all of your time to work? After we married, I had so many ideas for us.
We've been married for 2 years, so we're not quite newlyweds. You're overthinking it yet again.
Others still regard us as newlyweds, so why can't I? Let's put this out of our minds. It will just aggravate me further. Oh, and did you see the package we got recently? It was made of apples. You can guess who sent them.
Apples? Why would somebody send something like that?
It's from your pal Orly, you blunder lol. She stated it was from her family's apple tree, therefore she advised you should eat them. I saw other parcels from her, but I opened this one since it was the heaviest.
Orly, are you kidding me? How could I have forgotten? She literally has an apple orchard on her property. Those were the good old days.
Remember to thank her then. You've known each other for a long time. Apples are also quite useful. They're healthy for your health and will keep you in shape. We should have organized our own apple auction. Also quite flexible in the kitchen. Orly is preoccupied with her work, yet she came all the way here simply to give them. Isn't she the nicest thing? I wish I had had such a childhood buddy like her.
Are you certain about that? I believe she was only attempting to get rid of the apples. We could have received a better deal. If there is another mail for me, please do not open them. Also, Orly is now a housewife and isn't accomplishing anything. It must be tedious.
Yeah, I've got it. Don't worry, I won't open your letter. And please, no such remarks. How could you be so impolite? She's far too close for comfort. I hope I could be friends with her. I lost touch with all of my girlfriends after marrying you, and you are now my sole friend. No way, she's not a decent buddy. Believe me on this.
Babe, you're the only one who cares for me.
But she's beautiful and intelligent. How could she possibly have it all? At the wedding, your friend Neil told me that all the males had a crush on her. Did you enjoy her, Noble, as well? LOL.
No way, in hell. She's definitely not my type. I like blondes over brunettes.
Wasn't she living abroad with her spouse till a year ago? I thought they were in Japan for 3 years or such. Her Japanese is likewise fluent, which makes me envious because it took me years to even reach a basic level.
When did you learn Japanese? I'd never heard of it. She's just ordinary. Keep in mind that you're just as gorgeous and intelligent as she is. But wasn't that when you were a child? We just ran in circles around the rural roads, mountain roads.
You're making me laugh. No matter what, kids will always find a way to make it fun. Were you overjoyed to see her again? It must have been fun to reminisce about the good old days now that you're both adults. I'm not going to feel envious, so you don't need to be overly defensive.
No, I'm not kidding. I never viewed her in that light. I mean more than just being happy. I'm simply stunned that relocated so near to us. What are the chances, you say? I'd understand better if she went back to the country. But it's a terrible place to be. We're both married, but I'm sure we'd be neighbors again. Never would have guessed.
Isn't it the definition of fate? I suppose you two are also linked by faith in some way. Speaking of the countryside, have you set New Year's resolutions yet? Because last year was tough due to the relocation, we should absolutely go this year, right?
Do you mean going to see my parents?
Yeah. What else do you suppose I meant? I mean, my parents' house is nearby, so there's no reason to travel there for New Year's. Hubs, I'm okay with going to your parents' place.
I'm not sure about visiting them.
You don't want to go back this year either?
I'm thinking of heading back by myself. I apologize for bothering you.
Why would you do such a thing? It's not at all a bother. You're suggesting you'd like to spend it apart again this year? That's starting to irritate me.
But there's nothing like that in my hometown, which you wouldn't understand because you're from the city. Even if you did come, you'd be bored. Believe me. And you'd feel scared and uptight since you're in-laws as well. I felt the same way you did.
I mean, I could end up like that. Noble, you make an excellent argument. But how could I say no? They're my in-laws. My mother was shouting to me about how I wasn't being dutiful and such by not paying more attention to your parents.
LOL. I understand your mother's point of view, but there's no purpose in paying her a visit. We're both generating money, so we should just take advantage of the opportunity to unwind during the break. What do you think? Didn't you wish to go to the new museum in our neighborhood? You should take advantage of this opportunity to go see it.
I honestly don't agree with you not going to see your parents. It's really impolite to simply not show up.
I'll simply pretend you were sicker than usual. I'd only been gone for about a half day. I don't want to make you feel obligated to leave. And if we go back to my parents' house, we'll remain there for a long time. We might even spend the night together. Are you certain you want that?
Oh, and I have too much work, so I can't risk an overnight. However, I haven't seen your mother since we married. And I don't believe your mother likes me either. When I greeted hello to her on the last video conference, she merely groaned and kept her response brief.
Oh, you're serious? I had no idea my mother had phoned you. But that's how she's generally.
Oh, please. Even I am aware that this is not the case. Your mother informed me at our wedding that she never imagined you'd end up marrying a lady like me. Do you have any idea how horrible I felt? And she said, if only you had chosen a girl like Orly. That day, I sobbed in the restroom. You don't recall her mentioning that I was a shambles after that.
I have no recollection. Are you certain I was also present?
Of course you were present. Our wedding day had arrived. However, you may have been socializing with pals or anything. It's actually been bugging me for quite some time. She frequently compared me to Orly and once neglected my name and called me Layla. So I decided to catch up with her and get to know her more.
You don't need to be concerned. My mother is just like that. You work as a lawyer. It is usual at this time of year to be unable to travel. My mother would understand, too, darling. She simply liked Orly more since they spent so much time together when we were kids. My mother was also present when I arranged fictitious marriages with Orly. Don't worry about her, LOL.
That's why I decided to go this year for sure. You know what I mean? Making an effort to gain her favor this time. But if it's deemed a bother, I won't be able to go. Oh, it stinks. Noble, I despise how much she adores Orly.
I'm sure my mother has forgotten what she said by now. And I don't mean Letitia. You're my wife, not hers or anybody else's. It doesn't really matter if my mother doesn't approve of you. So long as you have me.
But I want to get to know her as much as possible.
You're too serious, Letitia. Relax a little. Okay, I've got it. What do you think? I'll do my best to find out what their plans are for the new year, and perhaps we might meet there. What do you think?
Please, I implore you. You're the greatest. And if she turns out to be like me, let's all go out together, okay? I understand how busy you are, so I won't take up too much of your time. See you when you return. I adore you.
I adore you. See you, love.
Noble? Are you here? How is your business trip going? Do you live in Miami? Have you already checked into the hotel? I haven't heard from you in a long time. How could you have ignored me for so long?
Babe, the plane was delayed. I was without service. I just arrived at the motel. I'm exhausted and achy from the flight. I was simply thinking about taking things slow and relaxing in a nice warm bath. I apologize for not responding sooner, darling. I'm missing you.
I miss you as well. I hope I could have joined you, but I had a silly meeting. I'm sorry they notified you at the last minute that you had to go. Oh, and please get some rest. And bring me along the next time.
Right? They're using me to the hilt. I was hoping for a respite this weekend as well. I guess not.
Do you wish to make a phone call? I'd want to see how your hotel appears. It isn't too late, so it should be fine, right?
Sorry, sweetie, but my phone is out of battery.
Is it really that difficult to charge your phone? Don't bother calling me then.
Huh? Letitia, are you depressed or something? You sound a little dry.
You haven't called, and it's been hours, so of course I'm unhappy. But I did receive a call from your father.
What? My dad? What exactly did he say?
This was bound to happen. Your father's birthday has arrived. How could you have overlooked Noble? You're such a jerk, son. I sent him a gift. I even texted you about the present, which was a wallet. And she called to express her gratitude.
Oh, you're referring to it. Yes, I am aware. My father said he liked it.
What were you expecting me to say?
I mean, there's not much incentive for you to call my father.
So I was simply taken aback. I'm sorry, baby. To be honest, I was astonished as well. It was also the first time I had received a call from him.
Right? I'm sorry you were taken aback.
But I was relieved that he had phoned. I believe that was the first honest chat I had with him since our wedding day. I felt terrible the entire time because I hadn't had many chances to meet him recently.
I was aware of it. You want to go back to my parents' house with me, right? Do you truly want to go that bad?
Wasn't that self-evident?
Sorry, but I failed to say that I inquired about it with my mother. My mother stated that she wishes to spend it with her family only. This time, I truly attempted to ask her. I vow to you.
That means she doesn't consider me a member of her family, correct? I could tell she didn't like me right away.
No, that is not the case. Even if we meet many times in the future, I'm confident she'll come around soon. Just be patient, sweetheart.
But your father said it was fine for me to join. So, who of you is lying?
My father is unable to read the rooms. What he says doesn't bother me. He simply says anything he wants, whenever he wants.
My mother's opinion is the most important. Yes, I understand. Mama's boy.
Mama's boy? I'm not one of those. Don't say that to me. Is everything all right over there? Is there nothing going on?
That's all there is to it. Traveling back and forth between home and work. You are already aware, haha.
Got it. Letitia, put in the effort. I have to hurry going since I have supper in a few minutes.
Letitia.
Hi there, Giselle. It has been a long time. How have you been doing?
You're just as carefree as you've always been, aren't you? In this day and age, how could you act like that?
I apologize, but what happened?
What are you doing right now? Where have you gone?
I'm in the office for work. What's the problem?
God, I'm sick of you. You really are a bad person. How could you possibly have missed my husband's funeral? Phyllis hasn't gotten back to me. I'm even considering divorcing you with my son, which could be for the best. Quit talking falsehoods. My son stated that he made certain to inform you. Even if you haven't met much, how could a woman miss her own father-in-law's funeral? Phyllis can't even find solace in this situation.
Huh? What? What are you talking? Phyllis pass away? How could that happen?
Do you doubt my words? How dare you say such things to me?
But, Giselle, I'm not sure what you're on about because, I'm with Phyllis right now.
What? I assumed you were at work. Why would my spouse be working for you? You're definitely not in a good mental condition. Are you on drugs? I'm sure you are, classless lady.
No, I am absolutely speaking the truth. It's you who isn't in the correct frame of mind. So, please tell me once again, how could Phyllis have died if I'm with him right now?
You ungrateful brat. I previously informed you. He died, as I told you.
In such case, let me notify Phyllis of his own deck. I'll forward your message to him.
Please excuse me? Is he truly with you at the moment?
He certainly is.
You're telling the truth. You think I'm an idiot, don't you? Why would he be present? You've never talked more than 2 words to each other?
First and foremost, let us eliminate the ACT. Phyllis informed me of your plans with my husband. I'm not a moron. How did you come up with anything so ridiculous?
What were our plans? I'm not sure what you were on about.
It's pointless to pretend to be innocent right now. Everything has been made public. Oh, Giselle, it appears like Phyllis is phoning you right now. Isn't your phone ringing? Why won't you answer his call, Janet? Please quickly and pick up the phone. Run away, you coward. This is not the last time you'll hear from me. I'm now preparing the divorce paperwork and alimony. Why can't you get back home faster? I'm eager to finish this. Your father is also waiting for you.
Sorry, Letitia.
Why the heck are you apologizing? That has no meaning for me.
For a variety of reasons. Everything.
For having an affair with Orally, huh? Or if we're attempting to end our relationship so you may marry Orally? How about asking your mom for assistance so you can divorce me?
Of course, for everything. I wasn't sure how to approach the subject of divorce with you, and when I discussed it with my mother, she indicated she would back me in marrying Orally instead. I was informed she'd assist me. My mother was looking forward to it as well.
You are the most timid, helpless little mama's son I've ever encountered. You two fools also attempted to convince me that your father had died. That blew up in your face, didn't it? What on heck is going on in your head?
I really didn't want to do you any harm, Letitia.
Don't be so self-righteous. Why would you have cheated on me in the first place if you didn't want to harm me? I would have divorced you for no cause if I hadn't heard from your father a month ago that the two of you were up to something unusual. I'm delighted that occurred.
Did you already know about us back then? Why didn't you speak up?
When your father contacted me back to thank me for the gift, he informed me. Your mom summoned you to discuss such trivial matters. I should have known after all those extended phone calls. I couldn't believe him at first. I didn't want to think you were defrauding Noble. So I hired someone to follow you, and that's when I discovered the truth. It was just so awful. I couldn't believe it when I learned you were truly cheating on me.
I'm so sorry. If I had known this would happen, I should have notified you right away. Yes, I'm completely incorrect on everything. I should have informed you earlier. I lingered on telling you the news since I saw how happy you were after getting married.
We divorced immediately away in such instance, and you pay the alimony. What the heck were you looking forward to? I want to end whatever relationship I have with you right now.
I understand. I'm on my way home right now. I'll make certain to accept full responsibility. After all of this is said and done, I can finally be with Orly. Orly is pregnant, and this is my fault. I should have told you this earlier, but I hope you can accept and support this.
Do you think I should support you being such a scumbag and deceiving others? We're done with Noble. Continue on.
What are you on about? Why would I want to rekindle our relationship? Orly and I are getting married.
Whatever. But I'll discuss it with Orly's present spouse. What do you anticipate this will be like, Orly?
What is the point? That makes no difference. Orly will be my constant companion from now on.
Oh, I'm assuming you haven't spoken to her yet. She apparently begged him for forgiveness after he confronted her. She apologized and stated that she would do whatever to avoid divorce.
What? Did he say it to you?
Yes, it did.
How could she do that? So what should my child be like?
LOL, if that's your choice, I can't deny this story is so hilarious. We will meet again tomorrow at 10 a.m. Please come help me on time.
Wait! Nah, you're tricking me. Orly and I have been best friends since childhood. Surely nothing has changed. She loves me. Surely you said something about me to Orly. She can't betray me like you say.
LOL, you should check your IG because I don't want to lie to a blind person. You're serious about this relationship, Noble, but it seems Orly doesn't think so. So hurry back and ask her about this, and before you do this, please sign for me the divorce papers I've left on the table.
Wait, I regret what I did. Should we rethink this?
Think? Never. This is not the case.
My ex-husband came home weeping and yelling that he didn't want to divorce me. Because Phyllis was present, he was able to coerce his son into signing divorce papers in exchange for alimony. After speaking with Phyllis, my horrible ex-mother-in-law ceased bothering me and vanished for a while, causing me nightmares. My ex-husband made a big deal about signing the paperwork, and now it's all over. Phyllis was likewise fed up with his son and wife's idiocy. He expressed his disappointment and apologized on their behalf. What's more shocking is that Phyllis divorced Giselle not long after. He seemed a lot happy after finalizing the divorce since my ex-mother-in-law had nowhere to go and freeloaded at my ex-husband's apartment.